tactics, different playing styles. So it'll be interesting to see how Josh Shapiro will match up against the head coach Leonard Griffin of Cal. Quick touch here through about midfield, and now Sava will try to push forward the offense, looking for Dylan Teattle. Looks for Sava in the box. Sava! Golazo! What a start for Harvard!
And if you are Josh Shapiro, you cannot have dreamed of a better start to this match. Off the kickoff, they are getting the ball into the California half. They are pushing numbers forward. And Andre Sava, a guy who Shapiro really wants to get going this season, such a great technical winger for the Crimson. He gets the ball, and look at the finish. Calm, composed, into the bottom corner, past Connor Lamb. And fantastic start here for Harvard.
Sava, the junior from Cyprus, played in 15 games last year with 10 starts, a goal and an assist for 3 points. Was 8th in the Ivy League in shots, picked up that lone goal against Dartmouth. It was a game winner, and now finds the back of the net.
And Sava, one of those guys, like I said, likes to be creative, likes to get things going. We saw so many times last season, he just couldn't get that final shot on target, and already showing here again this season that he's a danger man for the Crimson.
George, it felt like off that touch, they knew they wanted to get into the box immediately, and they did so and capitalized.
And we've seen so many teams take this approach off the kickoff, where you're getting it to the other team's half, and a lot of times what you're looking for is to press them in. But here, to good effect, Harvard wins the ball, and they're able to push it forward.
Got to put some pressure on his Cal. That was going towards Cesar Cordova, the junior from Houston, Texas, but coming out to play it is Lucian Wood, the senior goalkeeper, who again bounced back in that matchup against Providence, a shutout, made 5 saves. Josh Shapiro was pretty impressed with the bounce back after that loss against Belmont.
Yeah, and Harvard, a team that is bringing a lot of new faces into the lineup this season. So when you're looking at some of these newer players getting in here, getting their first real test in college soccer, you want them to have a good response. You want to see maturity from them, and that's exactly what they showed against a tough opponent on the road.
Talked about maturity. Luka Lucic, who we talked about in the open, our player to watch. He's one of those players that Leonard Griffin that's talked about is mature and brings that composure. And we'll see if he can help spur a comeback here early in this first half. Ball down the wing. It's going to be played out for a corner kick, and now we will see the first corner kick here for the Cal Golden Bears.
And Cal been so dangerous on corners this season, and a lot of times that target has been Lukic, who's not in the starting lineup today. But look at number 27, Malkin Zalayat, scored a header off a corner kick against BC. Look for him to be in the danger mix once again.
Zalayat, the sophomore. Corner will come from Bracken Serra. Movement in the box is Zalayat. He'll move towards that far post. Harvard just try to match up in the box. Cordelesi gets a body on, and that one headed towards the top of the box, and now Teattle tries to clear it out of trouble. Played to the near side. Reset here for Zalayat. Now played out again and off the foot. Another corner kick coming up here for Cal.
And we saw against BC, Cal gets so many corner kicks early and often. They had a direct one that went right to the head of Zalayat, but we also saw them go short a number of times, and that's what led to the second goal from Lukic. So look for Leonard Griffin's side to kind of differentiate their options, show different things, and try and find set piece opportunities in multiple ways.
So from the near side, short pass now. Misfired there, but ends up on a Bears leg. Left leg strike, deflected. Cal wanted a handball in the box. Another deflection. So a couple of good defensive plays here. That time it was Ben Kelly.
And that one did look like it came off the hand of Phoenix Houghton, but one thing we've seen so much in world soccer is these handball rules and how refs want to call them. The hand is at his side. It's a natural position, so the referee decides he's not going to call it there.
Our head official, Carlos Fernandez, on top of the play in the defensive third, and now Harvard will try to reset here. A 1-0 early lead for the Harvard Crimson after Andrea Sava buried home the opening goal 15 seconds into the half. Now Cal has tilted the field in their favor, putting some pressure on this Crimson defense.
And if you're both teams, it's all about a response. If you're Coach Shapiro's side, you want to keep your team in the attack. You want to build on that momentum, but you also don't want to be susceptible to the attack of the Golden Bears. And if you're Coach Griffin, you might actually kind of be happy about this because you want to see how your players are going to respond. You're at the very tail end of a long road trip. These players haven't slept in their own beds for almost a week. So who has the mental strength to bounce back from something like this and put through a good performance today?
Now, we're talking about not a bad place to have a good week-long trip in Boston, right? Get to play BC on Sunday, a couple more days in between your next matchup against Harvard, and get to explore a historical city. Another opportunity in the attacking end. Headed back down the near side, played out by Teado, and we'll just try to find some open space to avoid the pressure. Cole Morrison plays it back, the sophomore defender from Sacramento. Now the Bears will try to build. Good defense this time from Khosravi as he comes back to play. Khosravi, another player who's continues to see his time increase throughout his career here in Cambridge. Last year played 13 games with 11 starts.
And Khosravi, a great story, walked onto the team. Coach Shapiro says he always tries to look at guys that can help the program. Khosravi joined as a sophomore, became a starter last year, and now is truly a pillar on that defense. And when you look at the Harvard defense, a lot of new faces who did not get a bulk of starts last year. The one constant, Rustin Khosravi. So great story from him now here in a senior year for the Crimson.
And you, my friend, know a little bit something about walking on and having success. It's one of those paths that are underrated, but such great stories.
Exactly, and you never know where you're going to get a good player from, and so many coaches look at different directions, and a lot of times it's a player who comes in, maybe isn't expected to help out too much, but you just never know where you're going to get that help from.
This one played back. Good touch by Zalayat, and that's right to the hands of Lucian Wood, who's shown off his length throughout his career. 6'1" goalkeeper. Grabs that one with ease. First goal of the year for Sava has put the Crimson on top.
And credit to Dylan Teado on the assist once again, a guy who we talked about coming into the matchup, someone who scored a lot of goal-scoring instincts early on in the season, did not score for 11 games leading into that last game at Dartmouth, but now on the season, he has a goal, he has an assist, and once again, he looks like he's the guy up top for the Crimson that's going to push them forward and become a true goal-scoring threat.
Now 18 career points for Teado. We talked about the goal against Providence, played 40 minutes against the Friars. Cal trying to attack now through midfield, coming in defensively was Nayan Das, who's seen extra time here to start the season, has played the full 90 in back-to-back games. Another sophomore defender really stepping up. There's going to be a foul called here. Tawny just comes in a little aggressive.
And it's Bracken Sarah always trying to find those pockets, trying to get on the ball. And he's a guy you have to watch in the midfield for the Golden Bears. One of those guys that loves to make things tick. And he's always a key catalyst.
And now headed, coming over on the defense was Castell. It's going to be a corner, but what a defensive play by the sophomore defender, Alex Castell.
And fantastic tracking back from Alex Castell. It's Park that gets in behind, gets the first touch over Wood. He's probably thinking all it's going to take is a little header into the back of the net, but Castell gets up and makes a huge defensive play.
Now the third corner for Cal. Sends it into the box, headed, and now in front, side kick, just misses wide. Dangerous opportunity created by Cal, but they could not capitalize, and it will be a goal kick coming up.
Dangerous ball into the box from Bracken Sarah. Bounces around a little bit. Wood came out, was not able to get a good hand on it. And it falls to Wisdom Onuoma, who had a great game on Sunday against BC. Gets himself into the box once again. And I'm sure he'll want that one back.
Onuoma, the junior from San Francisco. Played for the San Francisco Seals. 9 games as a freshman, 7 starts. Last year, just 1 game played, but we'll see some extra time now here as a junior. And both teams kind of shorthanded, playing with some injuries and trying to find the right pieces until they can get those key players back. You got to credit both teams as well. They've had some freshmen and sophomores really step up and keep the offense and defenses going.
And the college soccer season is so unforgiving. You are always looking for players that can step up, that can get themselves on the pitch, especially as you get into conference play. So these are the key games. These are the key moments, because as a coach, you want to know who can you depend on. And these are the moments where you truly see who can thrive under the pressure.
Another great defensive play by Cordelesi, a first-year defender from San Jose, California. Played 72 minutes against Providence. He's had a couple of good stands here today. That one will go out of play for the throw-in.
And Cordelesi, a top recruit from the FC Dallas Academy that has produced so many talents over the years, has experience playing in MLS Next Pro with North Texas SC. He's a guy who Coach Shapiro has been able to get on the field right away, and he's shown well for the Crimson.
And can be a utility player for Harvard. He's played fullback, center back, defensive mid, and winger throughout his career, especially with FC Dallas.
Exactly, and all with a mask on his face too, which I'm sure as a freshman playing his first minutes in college soccer isn't most comfortable, but once again showing he can fight through the adversity.
Another deflected ball. Nice regather by Onuoma. Really, Harvard's pressure has made it a little bit difficult for Cal to sustain the pressure offensively.
And we've seen a change in formation this year for Harvard. Last year, it was mostly the traditional 4-3-3. And what we saw from them is a lot of times they weren't sure who to start at that striker position. We saw a lot of rotation early on, and that position ended up going to Ben Kelly later on in the season, who's traditionally a midfielder, ended up starting at striker all the way to earning an Ivy League honorable mention spot. Now this year, they're in a 4-4-2. It's Kelly, it's Teato, and they've been a good partnership early on here.
For Ben Kelly, it felt like this summer with the Boston Boats and the USL2 really helped him gain more confidence, was the team's top goal scorer. And it's translating so far here in the early season for the Harvard Crimson.
And I think for every college soccer player, there's always a transition in your game. You're trying to get on the field, you're trying to make a name for yourself. And then once you taste that little bit of success, you want to evolve. You want to become a leader. You want to become a guy where you're not wondering whether you're going to play or what position it's in. You're wondering, how am I going to lead this team to success? And I think this summer might have been the time we see that flip from Ben Kelly.
Do you remember your welcome to college soccer moment?
I think my welcome to college soccer moment was my first game away at Dartmouth. Came on the field for the first time and helped score a goal, which they called an own goal, so I didn't get it to my name. But I think that was the moment where I looked up in the stands and the lights were in my face, and I told myself, I'm really here.
That's awesome. That one just wide on the net, but takes a deflection, so we'll see another opportunity for Cal. We had talked about it. Their corner kicks will pile up. They will be looking for another one here from the far side. Kieran Bracken Sarah, the sophomore from Berkeley, California. Last year played in 17 games, had 3 assists. Again goes short option. And Alessi defensively there. Another good ball this time. Backside, headed out by Tani. Xavier Tani. Can't miss him out on the pitch at 6'3", sophomore forward.
And Tani, one of those players that is big on the field but plays like a small technician, so good on the ball. He's a guy that was a key player off the bench last year for Harvard, is getting his first run of starts for the team this year. And he's a player that has played down the middle in the number 10 position, but in this new formation finds himself on the wing. And if he can get into those pockets, he can truly be a creator on the squad.
We talked about it. First career start against Providence. Also picked up an assist in that matchup. Last year played in 14 games, had a goal and an assist on the year. Another deep ball here for Cal. They'll try to find it on the wing, looking for Isaiah Thomas. Hard foul as Zelaya gets taken down on the near side. Take another look at the contact here down this right wing.
And it's Thomas that heads it into the pass of Zelaya, and he just gets there first in front of Langenbahn, both going for the ball, and Zayat picks up the foul for the Golden Bears.
Tim Longenbond picked up a goal against Providence, his first career goal. Another defender that's earning minutes here as a sophomore. A product from Germany. Near side corner coming up for Cal. Excuse me, a free kick on the near side for the Golden Bears. Heavy kick, a lot of movement on it. Came back out. Now Teado goes up to try to clear it with the header. Cal has had possession since the opening goal from Harvard. Another good ball. That one on the backside comes in on Wood and deflected right to the mitts. Well, good read by Lucian Wood to see the initial shot curving back in and able to regather.
And Harvard have not had success clearing these second balls from Cal. It seems on these corner kick opportunities, these free kick opportunities, Cal has been able to get the ball and put it back into the mix. Here it gets back to the foot of Alfredo Ortiz, and it's Noe Morales at the back post. Maybe thinks that he's gonna get a touch on it before it gets to him. Doesn't quite get the right contact on it, and a good save from Wood.
Ortiz, standout player, defender for this Cal team. Leonard Griffin said he doesn't get enough credit for his ability. Picked up a huge goal last season in the ACC tournament in the first round upset against UNC. Such a great run for Cal last season. Finished 8-8-2. We're the 11th seed in the ACC. So that one's deflected. And it takes a double deflection, so that will benefit Harvard. It'll be a goal kick coming up, but Cal, an outstanding run last year, taking down UNC and Duke in the ACC tournament before falling to Clemson in the ACC semifinals.
And for Cal, it was all about a late run in this season. A lot of late ACC away wins, then of course that little run in the ACC tournament. So coming to the season, they want to have that consistency early on. Got to a great start with that win away to BC to start ACC playoff with the win. Now if you're Coach Griffin, you want to have a squad that is consistent throughout the play, so that way you're not depending on an ACC tournament win to get a spot in the NCAA tournament. You want to have that at-large bid locked up, knowing that you'll be playing tournament football once it comes to November.
Leonard Griffin told us on the call this week, this is a team that plays with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. That run built a lot of confidence last year in the returning players, and it showed them that they can compete with anybody in the country. And given the national title winner of last season, Vermont, and their incredible run, feels like, especially in collegiate soccer, you get on a good run at the end of the year, anybody can win it. We've seen that happen, especially last year with Vermont.
Exactly, and when it comes to college soccer, it's all about consistency in the right moments. When you get to tournament play, who can pull off those wins? And we've seen so many times that when it comes to tournament play, the teams that have good runs in their conference tournament parlay that into success in the NCAA tournament. But you cannot get there without first having a good regular season. And that dates all the way back to these non-conference games, which are so important to get guys going.
Back to the near side, Thomas trying to set it up, but not enough on that pass to get through the defense, but a good recovery. Unfortunately, it goes out of play as Thomas was trying to regather here for Cal. So throw in comes. Double team and deflected out, so another throw in coming up for Cal. And again, we have not seen Harvard put pressure in the attacking third since that opening goal. It's been all Cal at the midfield and pushing it into Harvard's defensive third.
But to the credit of the Crimson, once again, Cal hasn't really created clear goal-scoring opportunities. We've seen a couple looks on goal, a couple danger moments. Those have all come off set pieces. So if you can deny Cal the opportunity to win those dangerous corner kicks, if you're Harvard, you're happy with the way the game's going. You want to keep them frustrated. You want to keep them away from your box. 2
free kicks and 4 corners for Cal so far, to 0 corners and 0 free kicks for the Crimson so far. Now it's Phoenix Wooten trying to play it through. Played back, and Tani just couldn't catch up with it. It's cleared out. Another throw-in coming up here for Cal.
And I think something that's difficult for Harvard, again, when you have two players in the midfield versus Cal's three, it's so difficult to keep possession. You have Wooten and Das there. Wooten probably the player more likely to get on the ball and make things tick. But with Cal in the midfield, you have Bracken Sarah, you have Wilkerson, you have Cesar Cordova, three players that are extremely technical on the ball, so you're always going to have that man advantage. And when you have those three guys, you expect Cal to be the team that has the ball more, that keeps possession more consistently.
You can see defensively, those three just move so cohesively. When that ball is moving and switching directions, all eyes and all movement for Cal are going towards the direction of the ball. Another ball towards the box, cleared out. Now some time and space for Cal to try to work it on a counter. To the far side. We haven't seen any really odd man rushes as well. It feels like both defenses have really stayed at bay to not give up the big play opportunity. Another chance. This one back for it is Castell. Plays it to Wood. Talked about Lucian Wood, product from Cambridge, Massachusetts, graduated from BB&N. Looking for his 10th career victory. Wood, for his performance, was awarded Ivy League Defensive Player of the Week honors in that shutout against Providence. Last year played in 9 games with 9 starts, had a 1.56 goals against average, a .689 save percentage, and recorded 2 shutouts. Shutout against Providence was his 5th career shutout. Always good for a goalie to stack up some clean sheets.
Exactly, and Wood, a senior captain on this squad, someone that's really going to have to step up in leadership this season. The lone senior in the starting lineup for Harvard alongside Rustin Kostravi, so you're really expecting the two of them to be leaders on this team with Crimson that are just so young and who want to be good, who want to build on that experience they've had early on in the season. And the best way to give those players confidence is have a backbone that starts with Lucian Wood in goal.
You talked about the confidence. Josh Shapiro talked about it, him being more vocal and now having to kind of relay information to the younger defenders. Felt like the back line was so senior heavy in the last couple of years. Now these younger or underclassmen able to see opportunities. Another deflected pass. Harvard now trying to put some pressure on Cal. Deflected out for a throw-in. Mikey Cortellesi on the near side, the first-year defender. Looks for a throw-in, tried to get it back from Ben Kelly, but it goes out of play, so unforced error there against the Crimson. Gonna reset the throw-in spot. Looked like Isaiah Thomas was trying to take a couple more yards there. Another free kick coming up.
And for Cal, you see Luka Lukic getting ready to warm up, our player to watch. Surprised not to see him in the lineup for the first time this season. Cal down a goal, now likely to call on their top goal scorer sometime soon.
Cal trying to get some offense going here against a tough Crimson defense. Lost their opening match against Belmont 1-0 and bounced back in a shutout against Providence. Another good defensive play, and the help side defender comes in. Coming across that time was Nyan Das. Almost a misplay in the box, and Wood comes in to kick it out. Another turnover. Another opportunity here for Cal. That one cleared out. A couple of great defensive plays by Castell.
And Castell, another guy that was so highly ranked coming out of college, highly rated. Initially played a lot of right back last season just because you had those center backs in Ludo Rolo who were just so solid, who were just so experienced in that position. Now you see him get the opportunity, slide into his more preferred center back position, and has done well this match and this season as well.
Missed some time last year due to injury, but picked up his first career point against Merrimack. They came off of an assist. Has played the full 90 in back-to-back matches here against Belmont and Providence. Wood will send this one up the right side. It's going to bounce out of play. A throw-in coming up for Cal. For Harvard, it just hasn't been sustained possession. They've not been able to hold on to the ball and really put some meaningful pressure on this Cal defense. Five shots for Cal, one on goal. One shot, that one on goal for the Crimson. A goal by Andreas Sava. A 1-0 result so far here through the first half with 20 minutes remaining here in Cambridge.
And both teams just have not been able to find any real space or success in this match. The pitches just seem to be very condensed between both sides. So if you're Cal, if you're Harvard, you're thinking, where can we find the space? Does that mean we have to play the ball longer and try and pick it up, which is exactly what Harvard did on their goal? Do we have to knock the ball around more, find the players on the wing? If you're Cal, you're playing a back five, you have those two wing backs. Maybe you need to get them on the touchline in order to stretch Harvard's defense and create pockets for other players to fill in.
So see if some adjustments come as we get some subs making their way to the near side. So Harvard with possession now. Will try to take their time to build from the back. Give it to Castell. We talked about it, coming out of high school, helped his U19 team advance to the round of 16 in the MLS Next playoffs. So a couple of subs checking in. As you mentioned, George, Luka Lukic seeing his first action. And Callan Lewis, the freshman from Thousand Oaks, California, will see his first action today.
And two players on the completely opposite ends of the career spectrum, the grad student in Lukic and the freshman in Lewis. Lewis showed well off the bench against Boston College. First couple games of his college career under his belt. Plays on that wing position and likes to get the ball, likes to create. And of course, Lukic, a danger man, a target up top. He's a new look, a new face that this Harvard defense is going to have to deal with.
Lukic, second team All Big West a season ago. 16 games, 15 starts for UC Riverside. 5 goals, 4 assists for 14 points. We'll see if Cal tries to feed him early. They'll rotate back to the near side. Manuoma looking for the long ball to the opposite end. A lot of air under it. Winning that battle and putting the pressure again on Castell, but he's able to push it towards Wood, and Wood would just clear it out of play. Great catch in the stands by one of the fans here in attendance. Another opportunity, trying to ride the line, but the flag goes up. Our near official, Omar Chaglil, puts up the flag. Our first offside of the match. And Harvard will have possession back. Crimson went 4-7-4 a year ago, 3-4 in Ivy League play. 2 years removed from the Ivy League semifinal loss to Yale, where that year they went 5-5-7 back in 2023, 3-1-3 in Ivy League play. Josh Shapiro just trying to get this team back into the postseason. Another opportunity here for Cal. They'll try to push the numbers forward. Trying to cut through the defense, runs into a couple of bodies, and again, just great stand-up defense by Harvard.
And with Harvard, you talk about postseason play. Ivy League obviously introducing the new postseason tournament 2 seasons ago. Harvard made it in their first year, missed out on the last day of Ivy League play last year. They will want to be back in that tournament. And it really is a game changer for the Ivy League. The Ivy League is a conference that has so much parity from top to bottom. Before, it was so hard for these teams because if you lost a match or two early on, that was effectively your season over. Now you have these teams fighting tooth and nail until the end to be in the top 4 to end that tournament spot. And the Ivy League as well, a team, or conference rather, that has had so many good programs. We're seeing at-large bids for these teams who put together good seasons. So if you go into Ivy League play and you pick up a couple marquee wins, maybe you don't need that tournament win to get to the NCAA tournament.
You can see it with how these Ivy League programs are now scheduling their non-conference games. And you look at the schedule coming up for Harvard. They'll have a big game against UConn on the road. They'll take on UNH and Northeastern here at home. As flag goes up, but it doesn't get any easier once you get into the Ivy League when you play Princeton as your first matchup. A couple of subs coming in for the Crimson.
Let's go.
So Harvard will get some fresh legs out on the pitch, kind of counter Cal's recent subs. Senior Ethan Vecti, one of those subs coming in. Played in just one game last year. That was back on October 19th. Missed the rest of the season due to injury, but back to being healthy. Played 27 minutes against Belmont and followed that up with 43 against Providence.
And a nifty mag on his first play of the game from Vecti. A guy who Coach Shapiro is happy to have back on the field. An Ivy League honorable mention player his sophomore year. Of course, missed so much time last year through injury. And just to get him back on the pitch is a blessing for the Crimson. And you hope he can stay healthy this senior year with the captain's armband around his arm.
Over 35 career games played for Ethan Vecti, another California product. 14 minutes remaining here in the first half. A 1-0 lead for the Harvard Crimson. Andrea Sava finding the back of the net for the first time this season. And Harvard has held on to this lead. They've weathered the storm against the Golden Bears. Cal has put together some opportunities, but nothing has been able to go past Lucian Wood. Another chance here for Cal. Good move to the right, open space. That one just a little loose. Didn't get all of it on the kick, and it's going to go wide for a goal kick.
And one thing you notice about Lewis right away is he's an active player, one of those guys that loves to keep running, likes to be a pest to the defender, makes sure they never know what his next move is, gets the inside turn on Kostravi, has the open lane for the shot, but just wide from him.
Now the Crimson will try to get an attack going. This one's going to go out of play. A throw in from about midfield. Vecti looking to get this one past the defense, but too heavy on the throw. Cal will take it back. There's Lukic trying to play it to himself, but again, another stand-up tackle by Castell as he comes in and clears that one out. Josh Shapiro in his 6th season here at Harvard, 16th overall, over 150 career wins. Had an outstanding start to his career as a coach at Tufts University, not too far from the campus here at Harvard. 10 years at Tufts and really helped put that program on the map, and it continues to be a powerhouse in D3.
Shapiro, truly so much success at Tufts. Cannot be understated how much pedigree he came into the Harvard program with. Has had success here at Harvard as well, but I'm sure by his standards, he wants to grow this program even more to be the same type of caliber program he built at Tufts, where you're competing for championships every single year.
This one's a race to the ball. And Kostravi was able to win it. And will clear it out of danger. Played back to the defense. Cal, a pair of wins to start the season on the road against St. Mary's and at UCLA before falling 2-1 to San Francisco and had a draw against UC San Diego. Were able to get back in the win column on Sunday with the victory against Boston College. More subs checking in here for Cal.
California substitutions, number 4, Kai Jabaka, and number 29, Nico Ruiz. Replace number 8, Ken Wilkerson, and number 11, Noah Morales.
A couple of subs. Nico Ruiz and Kai Jabaka will also check in for Cal here. That's a handball. And it will be right back to Harvard.
And one thing Cal had so much success Sunday versus BC was with interplay in and around the box. So many times you saw those 1-2s, give and goes, small passes, fighting players in the attack, and they had so much success breaking down the Boston College defense. Right now, Harvard's shape has been so compact, they've been able to dispel all those attacks. You see a player like Nyan Das in the midfield there, who it seems, once again, every time a Cal player is near him, he's poking the ball away. Same with Castell, so tight against the back of the Cal strikers, making sure they cannot turn on the ball. And that's been the key to success so far for Harvard in breaking plays in dangerous areas for Cal.
So just a warning here to Benusi Sarvas. Came in with a tough tackle in on Bracken Serra. So the official had played the advantage, but because of the stoppage in play, ruled it back to the spot of the foul. Another opportunity here for Cal. That one goes into the box and cleared out by the Crimson. Another turning opportunity onto the right foot, deflected. I think that was friendly fire there. It's played back by Anu Alma, just kind of turning his side to get out of the way, but takes the deflection off his side. So throw in for the Crimson. Beckty looking for an opening. Cal matching up well here on the throw-in. Just couldn't settle the touch. Now it's Ruiz looking for the throw-in here on the near side. Bracken Serra tried to break free. That's cleared back out of play.
And time running down in this first half. If you're both teams, you want to get something out of these last couple of minutes. For Harvard, you want to keep the result. You want to keep the win going to the second half. And if you're Cal, you're thinking, if we can just snag a goal right here to end the half, that puts us into such a good position heading to the second half.
Chance here for Lukic. Passed it into the box and cleared out again by Khosravi. That senior defender comes in and breaks up a great Cal opportunity.
And great defending there from Khosravi. It was Ortiz coming all the way up from his center back position.
Lukic again. Cleared out. And a corner upcoming for the Golden Bears. It will be their 5th corner of this first half. If you're Leonard Griffin, you're hoping this is the opportunity here. Another set piece. You've had a couple of looks at what Harvard is showing you in the box on these corners. Bracken Serra is set. Cross comes in, it's headed back and just wide. Great opportunity for Cal, but just off target.
And once again, it was Zelaya getting his head on the ball. It was that combination, Bracken Serra to Zelaya, that opened the goal scoring against Boston College. And once again, it's the two sophomores connecting on the corner kick. Zelaya flicks it on in the near post. Maybe you're hoping someone else can run onto it, poke it in, but the Crimson clear it out, and now goal kick for Wood.
Zelaya had the goal against UC San Diego this year from Wilkerson. Came in the 45th minute. Foul called. Looks like Ben Kelly a little shaken up, but will try to walk off. Back to the near side for Vecti. All the way back to midfield for Castell. He'll try to get the long pass in. Just misfires and sends it back to Alfredo Ortiz, the senior defender from Los Angeles, California. Ortiz, even on that back line, can be a catalyst for offense. Long ball. Bekti able to backpedal and play it. Stop the run there for now for Cal. Another reset. Sherbaka finds it through the middle, and that's another broken up play by Castell.
And that right side for Harvard has just done such a great job of blocking off plays. You look at Kostravi at the right back position, Castell the right center back position, but also Das in the midfield as well. He's a player, when we saw him last year, he was playing as an outside back, listed as a defender, but he's in the midfield today, and you've just seen exactly why he's there. A player who maybe does not offer you offensively what other people might, but just such a defensive bite that can't be replaced.
There's a pass across the mouth of the goal, but too much English on it. We'll send it out for a throw-in. Another throw-in coming up. Cal, again, just stringing together opportunities. Just have not been able to put anything dangerous on Lucian Wood. And this Crimson defense, that one goes out of play for a goal kick. And you had talked about it, George. It feels like there's no overcommitment defensively from Harvard. They're staying in their shape. They're staying in their defensive responsibilities and roles. And Cal has had difficulty finding opportunities to attack that defense.
And discipline is something that is so important in college soccer, and that's what you're seeing from Harvard today. They know their shape, they know their responsibilities, and every single player that has come into the match has been able to execute that. And especially that's fantastic to see, because as we talk about, this is a young team. There's a lot of players who are having more responsibility in these couple matches than they've had throughout their careers, but so far they're showing well in making sure they have Coach Shapiro's game plan down to a T.
Still a 1-0 lead for Harvard. That one's tipped away as Nyan Das forces Cal to reset. Now Bracken Serra looks for Lukic, spinning away from the defender, Das. Now back out to the left side, into the box, looking for Lukic. That one is going to be deflected into the gloves of Wood.
And that play right there is more of what you would expect from Cal, getting players on the ball. The combination play of Bracken Serra into the feet of Lukic, back to Bracken Serra, little spin move, plays it out wide and the cross into the box. It is those types of plays that can break down a compact defense like the one we're seeing today from Harvard.
So Cal again regains possession. Throw in favors Cal. Looking for Lukic. Now it feels like Cal trying to go quickly on these passes. Trying to space out this defense for Harvard. Another long ball. Kostravi there in front of Callan Lewis. Now Ortiz looking for Lukic. Bracken Serra settles. Touches back to Lukic, and another good defensive play. That time it was Langenbahn who came in. And now Tani. Cleared to Kelly. Has a runner. Kelly down the wing. A little too heavy on that one. And it's going to be taken back by Cal. Running down the near side for Harvard was Shane Lonergan, the sophomore midfielder. Lonergan, who's a nationally registered EMT, got his certificate back in 2024.
And Lonergan, a Bay Area product as well, knows a couple guys from the Cal team, obviously from Berkeley in the East Bay. So a lot of local connections for this Harvard team. You have Ethan Vecti as well, also from the area. So some guys able to see some familiar faces coming to their turf.
Lonergan, who had a career high 41 minutes played against Providence, had 19 in the match against Belmont. Tough deflection on the far side by Khosravi. Time winding down here in the first half. A 1-0 lead for Harvard. Sava's goal in the opening minute, just 15 seconds into the match, has put the Crimson on top. This one touched back by Ruiz. Tough contact and a foul is called. Vecti didn't like it, but now with a minute remaining, Cal in the attacking third has a free kick from a dangerous spot.
That'll be Cordova on the ball. Had a couple of good free kick chances early in the season for Cal. More direct though, so we'll see how his service will be in this position.
Back in Sarah moving, that's right to Langenbahn. He's able to clear it out without trouble. Right back into the box, Lukic flicked back, shot, that one's deflected out. Another opportunity in point blank range for Cal, and it's blocked by the Harvard defense.
And fantastic defending from Tim Langenbahn. And you saw Lewis kind of wait for the ball to drop to him, and the German defender gets ahead of it.
Corner again cleared out. Hard shot deflected, again off the line. Follow-up shot is wide. The Harvard defense has come ready to play today.
Two.
And
2 seconds left.
Huge blocks from them to end the half, and that is exactly what you want to see. Resilience in the defense, not switching up until that final whistle of the half has blown, and they go into it with a clean sheet and a goal ahead.
Well, we'll have an exciting second half. Cal with possession to get us underway. The lights are on here at Jordan Field, and it should be a fun second half between the Golden Bears and the Crimson. Right into the midst of Wood. You talked about it, 12 shots for Cal, just 2 shots on goal. So Lucian Wood has had to be active, but not too active in the box.
And already for Harvard, we're seeing maybe a slight change in formation in the second half. You see Bobby Cups coming in at that striker position for the first time this match. Yuta Hata on the left wing. And if you see Lonergan, he's a little bit behind Cups in more of a number 10 position role. So possibly a change to a more traditional 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 from Coach Shapiro to start the second half.
Hata, who picked up his first career start against Belmont, played 27 minutes, did not play in the match against Providence. A junior from Tokyo. Crimson will play it back to Wood.
And then for Cal, the lone new face in this lineup in the second half is Alan Juarez, wearing the number 10 in that number 10 position. A guy that likes to get on the ball, make the game play. A U20 World Cup veteran for Guatemala. We'll see what impact he can have on this match.
Both teams already making some adjustments at halftime. We'll see if they pay dividends here in this second half of action. Just a beautiful night here at Jordan Field in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Long ball looking for Lukic. That's played back right to the foot of Juarez and deflected out of play. It's going to be a corner kick, the 7th corner kick of the match for the Golden Bears.
Juarez already getting the ball in good areas, finding it. Good second ball, winning it for Cal, and now corner kick opportunity for the Golden Bears.
They'll switch who takes the corner, as Cam Wilkerson will go towards the flag, and Alan Juarez, the senior midfielder, will now move away. Low feed, but inaccurate, and it will be a goal kick coming up. It's not one you want to see if you're Leonard Griffin. A good opportunity here in the second half to try to put a quality chance against this defense, but goal kick here for the Crimson.
And one thing in college soccer now we always have to talk about when the second half starts is the new substitution rules that came into effect last season. Now, if you come in the second half, if you come off the field, you cannot re-enter the match. So we've seen so many different teams take up different ways of substituting in the second half. Do you keep your starters in? Do you keep them out and bring them back in? So we see a couple key guys not in the field. Players like Dylan Tejado, players like Andres Sava, and then on the Cal side, Kieran Bracken-Sarah on the bench. So likely we're going to see these guys come into the half and then stick it out until the match ends.
So we'll keep you updated on those subs as they check in throughout this second half. Some key additions or key players sitting to start, maybe extend their rest through halftime here into the second half. A long throw in coming into the box. This one played back and struck down right towards the shins, but blocked. Stepping up again on that play for Cal was Isaiah Thomas. Had some support too. And now Thomas, actually, excuse me there, it was Callum Lewis. Lewis able to take it away. We'll get a throw in coming up. A freshman from California has played some valuable minutes here today and has really stood tall on some of these attacks from Harvard, creating turnovers to get his team on the offensive side of the ball.
And we're going to have a freshman battle here down this near side with Lewis going up against Cortellesi. We talked about his versatility earlier on. Started the match at left back, now here at the right back position to start the second half.
That's a great job here by Lewis to keep it in play down the near side. All the way to the opposite end for Isaiah Thomas. Now Thomas settles nicely, passes it through the middle, right into the box, headed off the post! Luka Lukic, so close to the equalizer.
And that is the exact type of play we were asking for from Cal in the first half. It's a good combination, starts all the way here with Lewis on the left side after the flick on from Lukic. Gets it to the right side. It ends up at the foot of Juarez, and Lukic, I'm sure he's going to want that one back. Great header, but off the post.
Took a deflection off the post and came back out. We'll take another look. A quality opportunity here for Cal.
And you see it gets out to Thomas on the right side. Juarez scanning for the ball. Gets it at his foot, picks up his head. He sees the big man up top, and Wood just standing there still. And the post, the keeper's best friend once again.
Now Harvard trying to find an opportunity here. Good movement. Now swung on and right to Connor Lamb. It was Drew Lobley, the first-year forward. Was a United Soccer Coaches Mid-Atlantic All-Region selection last year, first team All-State. Talked about the youth on this Harvard program really stepping up, especially with injuries on the roster, taking advantage of the minutes they are seeing this season. Again, it's Castell trying to create some offense. This one played nicely. Hata was waiting for the bounce. Utah Hata on the right foot. Passes it back out to the outside. Cross comes in. Low bouncer off a Lamb. Bounce shot, but it's deflected out. And now Lamb deflects another shot, and it's cleared out by his defense. Two huge saves by Connor Lamb.
And good job by Connor Lamb to recover. You saw the first cross, a little bit of a bobble from him, but then his defender, Bo Morrison, gets in front of it to block it out, and then Lamb does the rest before being cleared out for the Golden Bears.
Morrison needed all 6'1" of himself to block that shot, got in the way of it. Sophomore defender keeps Harvard's lead at 1-0. Now Lukic finds an opportunity here down the wing. Tries to sneak by the defender, but that's kicked out, and it's going to be a corner kick. Benusi Sarvas, again, another great defensive play by the first year.
And Sarvas, of course, the son of Brazilian soccer player Marcelo Sarvas, longtime player for the LA Galaxy. So Benusi Sarvas coming from a great family with a fantastic soccer pedigree.
Won 2 MLS Cup championships with the Galaxy. Corner comes. In the box, pushed out by the keeper, Wood. Now another reset as Thomas will try to guide his offense back on the near side. Into the box, Wood sees it cleanly and will hold on as the Bears clear out.
And one thing Cal does so well is winning the ball back on those second chance opportunities. If they get the first cross in, first corner kick in, it always seems like they're the ones getting the ball again for a second chance opportunity. But so far, Harvard doing good job of clearing those chances and making sure they're keeping the Golden Bears away from the goal.
Defense Really the theme of this one between both of these programs. Cal has had opportunities. Harvard seeing more quality chances here in the second half. We had one shot on goal in the first 45. Crimson reset back. Sarvas, 20 minutes against Providence. Castell, heavy pass down the wing. Settled again nicely by Lobley. He's trying to get around the defender, but a great job there by Ortiz to not get called for a foul, not touch it, and create a corner kick opportunity. And Cal will have possession back.
And Ortiz, such a unique player, listed at 5'5", yet has played every minute for the season for the Golden Bears at that center back position. Is just such a creative player from the defense as well. You see him moving up the field, finding those pockets on the overlap, but also never shying away from his defensive duties when needed.
Leonard Griffin joked with us that most opponents might see Ortiz and think, oh yeah, we've got a mismatch, but instead he's so good on ball and great with the build offensively. Somebody that Leonard Griffin feels like they can really rely on this season. Switch fields here. Vecti gets spun around. Ball back in, and Wood able to hold on.
Now a couple crosses in for Cal now that have been straight to Wood. They're getting the right chances, they're getting the right looks, but now it's all about the execution, making sure that that final ball is correct and the final ball enables those attackers to get ahead or get a foot on it.
3 wins last year for Lucian Wood, ranked 4th in the Ivy League in saves per game at 3.4. He's really having another outstanding match here against Cal. Gets by, opportunity, pass towards the top of the box is deflected. Maybe one pass too many there for Cal.
And Count Lewis there gets the ball in behind, gets the beating on Castell, and you just see a little bit change of minds from him, whether he's going to shoot, whether he's going to pass. Up for the pass in the end and intercepted by the Crimson.
Again, looking for Lewis on this near side. Reset back to Morrison. Morrison played for Sacramento Republic FC Academy, a sophomore defender from Sacramento.
And Morrison, a guy who's really stepped up as a leader on this defense. Last year, he was thrust into a starting role when Wyatt Meyer, team captain, MLS draft pick, went down. Played the bulk of the season with Kevin Carmichael, another Nashville SC draft pick. And now with both of those players in the professional game, it's Morrison who we see at the heart of the defense here.
That's a handball in the box. He'll go back to the Crimson. His dad, Kent, played soccer at Santa Clara. His mom played soccer at Stanford. Morrison last year scored a goal in his debut against Denver. It's flicked back. Another opportunity, but cleared out by Morrison. Castell got some contact upstairs. We're going to stop play here as Castell went up to try to play that header. Good sportsmanship here by Zalayat to come over and check on Castell, sophomore defender from Chevy Chase, Maryland. We've seen Alex Castell really involved defensively.
And Castell, 2 tough customers up top with Zelaya and Lukic, 2 big attackers that love to get physical, and him and Lagenbaum have been up for the challenge all match long. And that's a duo that is going to have to figure out their partnership going to the season, get that consistency together. They're both sophomores. They know each other well off the field, I'm sure. So it's now about getting that partnership on the field. 90 minutes played in all the matches so far this season, have played together this entire match, and so far have kept the California Golden Bears at bay.
Both Castell and Langenbaum played 6 games last year apiece. This year, we'll see that number go up as they're keys in this defense for the Harvard Crimson. As you mentioned, same class, so they'll have opportunities to continue to grow with each other and understand communication and play styles. So Langenbaum find the back of the net against Providence. Again, Ortiz trying to draw in the defense. Pass through the middle. Kept alive and now turned over. Contact there after the pass, so they'll reset it at the spot of the foul. Ortiz wants to go quickly here, but the official still having words with the Crimson defense. Can feel the sense of urgency for Cal already starting here in the second half.
And this is an important match for Cal. Make no mistake of it. They're a team that has aspirations for the postseason. Yes, you can get through with winning the ACC tournament, but with so many teams in that conference and so many good teams, you want to put yourself in the best position for an at-large bid.
This one just let through. And we will get a corner as that one goes over the line. So another dangerous opportunity created by Cal leads to a set piece, this time on the corner.
And it was good pressure there from Zelaya to get him behind. Left-footed cross, it looks like, takes a deflection, and maybe you're hoping for a Cal player to be at the back post, back stick, trying to get that final touch on it, but it goes out for a Golden Bears corner kick.
Corner comes in towards the back of the net, deflected, and stays alive and cleared out by the Crimson. It will be a throw-in for Cal, but yet again with traffic in front, the Harvard defense able to clear out any trouble by Lucian Wood. Contact on the follow-through, but a play on by Carlos Fernandez, our lead official. Towards the opposite end. Just a misplay there by Isaiah Thomas. He kind of lost it in the lights.
And good defending from Ethan Vecti. Bring a veteran presence in the back line. We've seen him in the midfield in his career. He's slotting in that left back spot since he's come in. And just such a composed player there. Such an experienced player as well. And on that back line, he's been solid so far.
Both of these teams looking to make some noise in their respective conferences. The ACC, we saw Cal make a deep run last year. You had mentioned Harvard just missing out on the Ivy League tournament. Really, it felt like that race went right to the last day. As Ortiz again trying to get possession back. This one's going to go in on Wood. Crimson were picked 6th in the Ivy League this season. Out of the 8 teams in the Ancient 8. Now, Cal 12th in the ACC, and again, going back to what Leonard Griffin said, it gave them a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, knowing the run that they went on and the talent they returned.
And if you're Cal coming to the season, you look at what you did last year. You beat a #1 Pitt team away. You go in the ACC tournament, you beat Duke away, you beat North Carolina away, and you play a great game against Clemson, only falling by 1 goal short. So you're thinking to yourselves, we can beat anyone that comes in front of us. Already 1 win on the season in the ACC, looking to build on that.
And number 21, Xavier Antoni, replaced number 19, Bob Cup, and number 22, Anita Hata. For California, number 11, Norton Rollins.
So substitutes coming on here in the second half.
And both teams bringing on a pair of starters back onto the field. For Cal, it's Morales and Bracken Serra. So look for Bracken Serra to get back on those corner kicks on these set pieces for Cal. And for Harvard, you have Tani and Ben Kelly back onto the field. 2 key players getting back into the attack for them.
This one in towards the box. I thought Kai Jerbaka did a great job, and his time in, and Lamb able to make a save there.
And what a strike from Ethan Vecti on the volley. You see him waiting for it, him lighting it up, and on that left foot gets the clean contact, and I'm sure Lamb happy that goes off the crossbar.
So now Cal trying to string together some passes here to avoid the pressure by Harvard. Ortiz surveys. We'll just pass it back here to Morrison as they'll try to build slowly here against this Harvard defense that has not given up much throughout this contest.
And if you're Kyle, there's still enough time on the clock, 28 minutes left. There's no need to go away from your game plan so far. You're creating those chances, so still focus on possession, focus on breaking down this Harvard defense and finding those right final passes.
Back to Morrison. As Cal tries to string together those passes. Again, just too much contact there on the shin, and drawing the foul was Sarvas. And another free kick coming up for the Crimson.
And Harvard, once again, still showing a lot of good shape and stability, even with the change of formation coming to the second half. Probably given a little bit more chances up than they would have wanted to, but still, the defense standing strong and the defensive midfielders showing a lot of composure to stay intact this second half so far.
And here in the set, you're hearing more communication throughout the defense. Lucian Wood trying to call out where the open players are, and you can just hear it, at least from our broadcast booth, that Harvard's defense is a little bit more active on the communication. It's back and out of play. So a deep throw in from their own territory for Cal. A 3-1-1 start so far to this year. Picked up their first ACC win against Boston College. Trying to find an equalizer here against Harvard, down 1-0 here in the second half. Andreas Sava with the lone goal, his first of the year. Fourth career goal for Sava. Dylan Teado picked up the assist. Ortiz smartly plays it back to Lamb. Lamb just clears it out. Das was trying to use the body and able to get it towards Vecti. Vecti was looking for Tani on the left side, but just hits it. If you're the Crimson, you're pretty happy just forcing Cal back into their own defensive third.
Exactly, and they've done a great job of that the past couple minutes. We haven't really seen the Cal midfielders be able to get into the game. Wilkerson trying to find the ball, Brackenser trying to find the ball, but we haven't seen a lot of combination between those two and Alan Juarez as well in that midfield.
Now Cal back into the attacking area. Nice moves there, cross into the box, but it's going to go forward corner. Looked like Wood got a piece of it. So another corner for Cal.
And you see the coaching staff calling out the corner kick plays, something that Cal works a lot on, and let's see if it happens to good effect here.
It's going to be Bracken Serra. Keeps that one low. Ben Kelly was able to deflect it. Another corner. Ninth corner of the match for the Golden Bears. Lukic trying to break free. Cordelesi just trying to mark him. Back into the box, and Kelly able to head it away. Ortiz resets back to Bracken Serra. 25 minutes remaining, far post, and over the crossbar.
And once again, it's those second chances. Cal always seems to be able to get that second bite of the apple. Back out to Bracken Serra. He whips in the cross in. It's Zelaya on the back post, and he has the size advantage on Das, but looks like just a little bit high. He's always reaching for it, and over the net of Wood.
You can see the frustration from Zelaya. Just missed that one. Great cross in. Now Harvard trying to earn possession back. Cordelesi misplays that one. Now an opportunity develops here for Cal. Callan Lewis trying to run down the pitch here against Lonergan. Gets the cross towards the far side and just spun around the intended target there down the pitch. So Harvard, another opportunity here on the goal kick.
And Lewis has looked active down this left-hand side since coming in the first half. There's a reason why he's still on the pitch, and there he gets a beating of Lonergan, makes him touch the earth a little bit, but that last ball just a little bit too far for his fellow freshman, Noe Morales.
Lonergan, another one of those players that helped his team in the MLS Next National Tournament final back in 2022. Started as a 16-year-old playing at the U19 level. So talented. Cordelesi again. Almost misfires, but able to get it to his teammate and Das. Now Das will lose possession, but will stay with Cal. Reset here on the throw-in. So again, more sustained pressure for the Golden Bears. Juarez. Right back out it goes. Touched in towards the box. Now Juarez again. Looks to the right side. Vecti there defensively. Another corner here for Cal.
And fantastic touch from Juarez to bring it out down from the air. Gets out to Morales and tries to be tricky, tries to be crafty. But the senior defender, Vecti, has seen it all. And now a corner kick for the Golden Bears.
Again, Bracken Serra sets at the corner. In towards the box. That one high off the contact and right back to the near side. No one there for Cal, but giving chase to keep it in play. Low pass towards Juarez, trying to get it on that left foot. Resets to Lewis. Ortiz was calling for it. Goes towards the top of the box. Played there by Wilkerson. Just chipped in and now cleared out towards the top of the box again. Reset by Cal, and it's cleared out by the Crimson defense. There's too much contact there on Ortiz.
Harvard substitution number 2, Youngstown Coach Rollman. Phoenix replace number 50, Lucas, and replace Starbuck, Mikey, Cordelesa.
So a pair of subs for the Crimson.
More starters back into the lineup from them with Kostravi coming in, and then Phoenix Wooten bat sliding into that midfield.
Saw Wooten be really active in that first half. Sophomore midfielder from North Carolina. Ortiz again on the reset. Has to touch it back to Morrison as Lobley came in and put some pressure on Ortiz. 12 corners for Cal. Harvard has yet to have a corner in this match. Opportunities have been there for the Golden Bears. The contact. Tani has numbers. 3-on-2 going the other way, but Tani slows down the pace. The pass across was deflected out of play, so a throw-in comes in.
And crafty back heel there from Ben Kelly to find Tani down the wing. Tries to get the long ball across, but Bo Morrison sliding out from that center back position to clear it for the Golden Bears.
Talked about Ben Kelly, team's second leading scorer for the Boston Boats this summer. Had the game-tying goal against the eventual champs in the Vermont Green FC in the USL 2 championship. Ravi was trying to get through, and he will draw the foul. Talk about senior leadership drawing a big play. That's Kosravi getting the foul in a good position for the Crimson.
And still no corner kicks for the Crimson, but a chance for them here to get the ball into the box and find a possible second goal.
70th minute here in Cambridge. A 1-0 lead for the Harvard Crimson. Andreas Sava, 15 seconds into the match, with his first goal of the year. Harvard now threatening. Phoenix Wooten on the near side. Bodies go in, bouncer off the foot of Ortiz. Crimson trying to keep the pressure going. Back towards Kosravi. Back heel, now into the box. Another great clear here for Cal. Right to the foot of Morales. No way Morales, the freshman from California. Got a contact there, but the official doesn't see anything to deem unnecessary. bounced on the turf. Another bounce for the Crimson. Lonergan trying to regain control. Touches it back over to Wooten. Oh, a chance in the box. This one towards Kelly. Just wide. So close for Ben Kelly to try to double the Harvard lead.
And that all stems from the fantastic work down the left side from Tani. He beats his defenders, and you see with Bo Morrison out of there, a lot of open space in the back line, and I'm sure Kelly will want that one back just wide from the junior.
Harvard now with another opportunity on goal. 4 shots on goal for the Crimson, 2 shots on goal for the Golden Bears. Cal is out shooting Harvard 17-7. Morrison looking down the line for Zelaya. Able to settle. Gives it back up to Lewis. Deflected pass, and a throw-in comes. Subs checking in for the Crimson.
Harvard substitutions, number 7, Dylan Teato, and number 11, Saba.
17 minutes remaining here in the second half. The Crimson will now send in a pair of starters again, and Dylan Teato and Andrea Sava.
And 2 starters and the 2 players that combined for the game's lone goal. We'll see what those 2 have in store for us the rest of the way.
Teato plays it into space. Ortiz takes it away. Going to see Cesar Cordova also check in at the next whistle. That will be now.
Cal substitution, number 17, Cesar Cordova, replaces number 8, Cam Wilkerson.
Cordova comes in for Cam Wilkerson. Throw in back towards Ortiz. It's a Crimson team that 25 minutes remaining, far post and over the cross. Some returners, some key returners this year. Harvard 7 of its top 10 point scorers from a year ago returning, as this one into the box for Lucian Wood. Dylan Teato, who led the team with 9 points, the headliner of that group. Talked about Lucian Wood, 7 saves against Providence, his 5th career clean sheet. Was awarded Ivy League Defensive Player of the Week. A chance as Teato tries to put pressure on Morrison. He'll clear it out. Into the box, headed off the post! So throw in here for the Crimson. No chance for Cal to create the turnover, and again, it's Vecti in the defense just standing tall against the Golden Bears. Nothing easy throughout this one. Another chance to get through. Far side, Sava settles onto the left. Sava! Golazo! It's a brace for Andrea Sava!
And twice as nice from the man from Cyprus. Andrei Sava gets on the pitch, gets his 2nd goal of the match, and credit the assist to Ben Kelly, who's been dangerous in his own right today. And the Crimson faithful are up celebrating. And here it is, Kelly gets it in, and credit the composure from Sava. He waits, he has Lamb stuck, and he puts it into the bottom corner for his 2nd of the match.
There's always the long-standing debate about quantity and quantity. Harvard has taken advantage of their chances, albeit few chances today. They have capitalized and hold a 2-0 lead. Both goals off the feet of Andrea Sava.
And we've seen a couple times in this second half, a couple good crosses from Harvard, maybe haven't had the finishes you'd expect. And Andrei Sava gets the chance, he has his composure, and he puts it in the back of the net.
So now we talked about urgency for Cal and Leonard Griffin and his group. They will try to go quickly here, facing a 2-0 deficit with 14 minutes remaining in the second half. Andrea Sava with his second goal of the season, his second goal of the match. Golden Bears looking for Lukic. Bracken Serra. Lukic trying to get through. He stopped. There's a body that took him down, and Carlos Fernandez says no foul. Play on.
And it was Castell there with the contact. Uses his frame to go toe-to-toe with Luka Lukic. Bumps him off, and referee not having any of it.
So Wood will get the kick here. Sava and Das just let that one bounce. Now Bracken Serra gets heavy contact from Sava. So free kick coming up. Ortiz looking to set something up, but again, just Harvard defense cutting off those passing lanes as they have throughout this evening's match. Another opportunity in towards the box, towards Lewis. Lewis back inside. And a reset, the shot goes over the crossbar. Great look there by Cordova, just could not get it on target.
And Cal setting the ball long into the box. Good flick on from Zalayat. Lewis finding the right pass back to him. It gets straight to Cordova, and he just doesn't get over it enough and over the net above Wood.
Maybe one Lewis might want back to set up Zalayat a little bit more in his run instead of having him to reset backwards, but another good look here for Cal.
And if you're the Golden Bears, now you're thinking, going down to the last 10 minutes of the half, what change do we have in store? Do we change the formation? Do we change personnel? There's still enough time. We've seen crazier things in college soccer.
Another chance, Teato! Golazo! 3-0 Crimson!
And just like that, back to front in quick succession for the Harvard Crimson. They find their third goal of the match. And Harvard, here at home, so much success so far in finding the right opportunities, finding the right chances, and 3 goals to the good against the Golden Bears. And you see it, it's just Andre Sava flicking it on to Dylan Teato. And it's that communication between the two juniors came on the field together, have started their careers together, have played together so many games, and you just see that connection between the two. Teato, goal and assist. Sava, 2 goals and assists to his name. And 2 guys coming good for the Crimson here today.
Teato assisted on Sava's first goal, so Sava able to show some love back and help out Teato on his goal, his second goal in back-to-back games. Picked up a goal against Providence. Chance, Teato! 3-0 lead here for Harvard.
And it's Castell down on the side here, getting looked at. We'll see whether or not he'll be able to rejoin the game, but nonetheless, a fantastic showing from the sophomore defender today. Has really gotten all Cal's great chances out, has battled Lukic and Zalayat well, something that is so hard to do.
And to that point, hasn't backed down with those 2 goal scorers right in front of his face. So we will see a sub. It's Juan Pablo Fregoso, the sophomore from California, joined this season. Played on the club level for LAFC Academy from 2019 to 2021. Was a captain for FC Golden State a season or 2 seasons ago, I should say. Lukic trying to find Zalayat. Pressure on Zalayat. Flag is up, so offside's the call, and Harvard will get the kick.
And Fregoso, another one of those players when you're talking about finding players from everywhere, an accomplished player at the club level, but joins the team as a sophomore, was a standout for the club soccer team and warranted enough for Coach Shapiro to give him a look, and now an opportunity for him today to close out this win for the Crimson.
3-0 lead. Sava keeps it in play. Zalayat just mishits it, overruns it. Now, the foul is called. We're going to stop the clock here. Looks like Carlos Fernandez is going to just issue a verbal warning here. Morrison pushed the ball past midfield, so Fernandez is going to have him reset. Gamesmanship at its finest. Ball in towards the box. What a response for Harvard here in the second half. They're holding a 1-0 lead going into halftime. 2 goals, one by Andreas Sava, the other by Dylan Teado. And with 11 minutes remaining here in the second half, Harvard looking to hold on against a dangerous Cal team.
Credit to Harvard. Their defense has been stifling the entire way through. The one thing we were saying at the end of the first half is how can they keep that and still create chances that we weren't seeing from them. We talked about that shot disadvantage going to the second half, but they come out here, they've picked their moments to get forward, and they have executed when they've had the opportunity.
This will be a game that feels like Josh Shapiro, anytime his team might face adversity, can put on the highlights and say, hey, look, when we're at our best, we can really weather any storm.
Exactly. 3 goals at home. Big lead against an ACC team, a team that plays in the top conference in college soccer. And here you are showing you can compete with the best of the best.
Foul's called there, so we'll get a restart. You mentioned how good Harvard has been here at home, and there goes the first card. We talked about Carlos Fernandez giving the verbal warning, and now he has a yellow card out, and we'll give it. I believe that might be Kelly back there, but we'll get you confirmation on who that card is actually for. But did not like the delay of game, and so he stops the clock and gives Harvard their first yellow of the match. But you had talked about, George, the way Harvard plays here at home, 16-5-19, or 9, excuse me, 16-5-9 here at home since the lost season back in 2020. They were just handed their 5th loss at home against Belmont this year. They've been so good here at Jordan Field since that start of the 2021 season. Less than 10 minutes remaining here in the second half. Bracken Serra trying to get something into the box, deflected out, and a corner coming up.
And credit to Harvard once again, have done a good job of defending these corner kicks opportunities from Cal. Anytime the Golden Bears have gotten a chance from these chances, it's been a second ball.
That one stays in play. Trying to get it right back in. Lukic headed backwards. Trying to wind up a kick, but deflected by Ben Kelly. Looking for the opportunity was Noe Morales. Another chance here for Cal. Back into the box. Lukic flicks it back, but off target. So 2 goals for Andreas Sava. A goal for Dylan Teado. 9 shots, 6 on goal for the Crimson. 18 shots, 2 on goal for the Golden Bears.
And credit to Josh Shapiro, he has coached this game perfectly for Harvard. And that started all the way from the first whistle, getting the ball deep into the Golden Bears box, finding that second ball, scoring 15 seconds in. Then you see their shape in the first half. They're in that 4-4-2. They're compact. They're blocking those passing lanes, not giving Cal any chances. Then you come into the second half, they decide to switch it up, go into more of a 4-3-3 with a number 10 and 1 lone striker, and that has paid dividends with 2 goals here, 3 goals up, with only 7 minutes left in this match.
Just fumbling there. Trying to retrieve or receive that kick was Junwon Park, sophomore from South Korea. Tees. Trying to get the position and get the kick ready to go. Cal will stack the box. Connor Lamb moving towards midfield. Headed up in the air and off of a body and off the post and in! Golazo! There for Luka Lukic.
And Cal gets one back. 7 minutes left. You wonder, is there enough time to get back in this game for the Golden Bears? We've seen a lot of things in college soccer recently with late goals, late opportunities, and all it takes is one to be the catalyst for more goals moving forward.
Cal wanted the opportunity. And they've got it. Now trailing by 2 here in the 83rd minute. They're going to credit that goal to Junwon Park and assisted by Lukic. So last second deflection there by Park. It's Park's first goal of the year.
And now you're Cal, you're pushing numbers forward. You're trying anything you can to get that second goal in, because even if it comes with 1 minute left, 2 minutes left, we can see a lot of things happen late in matches that completely change the complexity of them.
3-1 game here at Jordan Field. 6:23 remaining. Sava lets it go out of play, and throw in comes for Cal.
The Cal goal.
Ortiz again.
Park. Assist number 7.
Right back in. Zelaya was trying to deflect it. Had a good opportunity there. Bracken Sarah feeds it back up to Anuoma. The corner.
And Anuoma stepping up from the back line, did a great job to win that first ball into the midfield, keeps his run forward in. Looks like a slow roll of a shot, but Wood just making sure there's no mistakes, pairs it out for the corner kick.
Bracken Sarah goes quickly for the corner. Lukic jumps up. Was it the decoy? It looked like that one bounced in. Another ball loose in the box. Now it's going to be cleared out towards the top. Bracken Sarah, hard shot, cleared out. Chance here for the Crimson to break free. Sava trying to out-hustle Ortiz, but Ortiz shows off his speed and gets it back to Connor Lamb. Looks like there's an injury in the box. Crimson player slow to get up. This is the point in the game where you might see some cramping. It does look like Lucian Wood just trying to shake out those muscles with his teammate down inside the box.
And if you're Harvard, you want to break the momentum for Cal. You want to slow things down. You want to make sure you get the emphasis back into this match. And it looks like Nyan Das is the one that's down in. If there's anyone that deserves to be down in and take a rest, it's him. He's been running tirelessly for 85 minutes now in that midfield. Has played the full 90 in each of their matches this season. So a good amount of minutes in those legs and showing exactly why he's taking such an important role on this team as a sophomore.
And Das from Lexington, Massachusetts, competed on the club level for the Boston Bolts. Talked about last year playing 5 games, had 2 starts, at a season high 78 minutes against URI. Now, as you mentioned, George, back-to-back games, 90 full minutes, and now looking pretty close to that one before this one, before he goes down here in the box. Das will come to the sideline. .520 remaining here in the second half. Cal has got one back on the goal by Junwon Park. Nuoma and Lukic getting the assist on that goal by Park. Good to see Das running down the sideline, trying to work out those muscles. So possession for Cal. Headed back towards the Crimson. Tayado trying to give chase as this one bounces back towards Anuoma. He'll just throw it in back towards Morrison.
And now the time for Cal to push the emphasis in this match. Ortiz, a good player with the ball at his feet. Can he find it forward and create those goal scoring opportunities?
Swing bounces. Das trying to clear it down the pitch, but Ortiz cuts that angle off, and now Tani just sends this one all the way down towards Connor Lamb. Junwon Park has made it a 2-goal deficit. Cal has played with a sense of urgency here. Now under 5 minutes to play. Bracken Serra into the box. Headed, but deflected. Nice play there by Khosravi to be at the right place at the right time. Ortiz, again, another service towards the box, but not healthy enough to find a Golden Bear.
And Cal just trying to find that right cross into the box. Lukic and Zelaya have done such a great job of winning those first balls. Now it's all about who can run off of it, who can poke it in, and find that final opportunity for the Golden Bears.
Again, another chance over the crossbar. Another great look in front here for the Golden Bears, and Zelaya had another chance, but just hits it off the head and over the crossbar.
And if you're Cal and if you want to sneak away with the tie in this game, that's one of those that has to go in the back of the net. Great job from Park on the first header, and Zelaya has been so dangerous on those opportunities, but just has not been able to find that final ball into the back of the net. And 3 minutes now for the Golden Bears to find 2 to get back into this one.
Out of play, so we'll get a throw in. Park has been involved here in the second half since subbing on, and it's really been active. Connor Lamb out of the box, trying to keep this offense going.
And Harvard more than happy to just get the ball to Lamb every time it gets to one of their feet, set it up and make Cal start all the way from their goalkeeper.
Reset back to Morrison. Crimson go back to applying some pressure on ball. Back to the near side. Park wins the battle. Gets some support. Into the box. Another service is cleared out here by the Crimson. Ortiz trying to go far side to Bracken Serra. They'll try to settle before this one goes out of play. Goes towards the corner flag. Dodging and weaving, Bracken Serra resets. 2:20 remaining here in the second half. Cordova had a good look earlier in the second half. Back to Ortiz. Misplay there on the miscommunication.
And once again, Harvard just sending it back to Lamb. No issues with that. They are going to make Cal work for every opportunity they have late in this match.
Golden Bears trying to put on a fight here in Cambridge, trailing by 2. Less than 2 minutes to go. Ball to the near side for Cordova. Far side, Bracken Serra trying to keep it in play, but hits it out, and it will be a goal kick coming up for the Crimson.
And one thing you have to credit Harvard for this match is the togetherness they've showed, and not just on the field, but off the field as well. Each player starting on the bench, not suited up, has been on their feet the entire match. You see when they're celebrating their goals, it is as a team, it is as a unit, and building that camaraderie for a squad early on in the season is so important.
Battle won by Morrison on the header. Khosravi comes up limping a little bit. Looks like he'll be all right. Less than a minute to go here in Cambridge. A 3-1 lead for the Harvard Crimson. Morrison again towards Bracken Serra. Lukic spins away, has Park with him. So it's Lukic and Park, and a lot of contact there. So we'll get a stoppage on the clock and a foul called against Harvard.
And really the last chance here for Cal to maybe sneak away with anything in this matchup. Bracken Serra, a good server of the ball. A couple good corner kicks early on in the match that caused danger. Can he get the correct ball into the box here with only 43 seconds left to play?
Road gets tougher for Cal. They'll have games against Duke and Clemson coming up. Cross into the box. Wood punches it out. Zelaya back up top. Into the box again, and Wood is there. He will fall on it with 30 seconds remaining. here in the match. Pretty impressive result here for the Harvard Crimson, as Wood is just going to kick this one away, and it should do it for this one. With less than 10 seconds to go, Cal will try to get something down the pitch.
You should see some big celebrations from the Crimson here, with their bench ready to go out and join with their teammates.
A 3-1 result for the Harvard Crimson as they take down the Cal Bears here at Jordan Field on this